Chaos in the camp of Mr. Daniel Dubois. Don't know if you guys got to hear the interviews that Spencer Fearon has done, but he's dropping bombs on that whole situation. He said that Daniel Dubois' dad called him over to his house after Dubois lost to Usyk and said that he wanted Spencer to get rid of Don Charles, and Spencer said, "I literally begged him not to get rid of Don Charles, meaning he's the right guy for it." And he just said, these are Spencer Fearon's words, and you could go check out the interview. He said that he's a weird dude. He's into some dark practices that he shouldn't be into, and so now I know I'm Team AJ. It's just not right to, all that stuff is dark. I'm a follower of Yeshua, and anyone that follows anything else, is wrong and they're into evil stuff, and I don't condone any of it. There are people in other religions that I don't condone, but, it's one thing to knowingly do evil, and there's, you're doing something, but you don't know you're doing wrong. You think you're doing right, but to knowingly do evil, that's terrible. And I'm hearing interviews too where is Don Charles even around Dubois right now? You notice during the public workout, it was somebody else holding the pads, not Don Charles. And I've seen Don Charles hold the pads, so where was he? That press conference is going to be real interesting tomorrow, because if we see Dubois' dad up there in the place where Mr. Charles should be, I'm going to be like, oh, wow. Chaos is in the camp, y'all. At least it appears to be chaos in the camp of Daniel Dubois. And right before the biggest fight of your life, you definitely don't want to have any sudden changes or anything that disrupts your calm mood. And the thing that's bad for Daniel in this case, if his dad does take the place of Don Charles, or even if he's there in his ear, it's just going to be more of a cheerleader thing. Like, come on, you can do it. Come on, don't give up. It's not no real technical advice like Ben Davidson's going to be giving to AJ. I just heard a fighter talk about when they first worked with Ben Davison, how their first day in camp, I think it was Moses Atama, he had a whole list of things that he did right and things that he did wrong. And he thought, wow, this is pretty impressive. Like, he's really studied me. So look how many weeks Ben has had to study Daniel Dubois and work with AJ. I mean, I always say I get tired of the saying styles make fights. I said it's more heart makes fights, your heart. But when you're at this level, it's going to take a little bit of both. It's going to take heart and it's going to take style. And if you got your dad in the corner just talking about, come on, son, you can do it. Don't give up. That ain't going to work against a guy that knows how to time you, knows when to slip a jab. And then Spencer Fearon said the same thing I did. Dubois' elbows are still like this. By the time you get your arm up to try to block a right, it's already connected. And then you get hit with a hook from the other side. So it's chaos in the camp, like I said, and it's not looking good for Dubois. He's already talking crazy, talking about he wants to make AJ look like an old man, wants him to look, I'm not going to say the word that he said, but talking about he's willing to do whatever it takes to retain his title, headbutts. Even I just interviewed coach or trainer, Mr. James Bashir, and he said that's not right. Go check out the live I just did if you missed it. He's worked in the camps of Daniel Dubois. He's worked with AJ, Lennox Lewis, the Klitschko's, all of them. Of course, he was with Usyk when he was cruiserweight champion. So the things that Daniel Dubois says just isn't right. I saw an interview he did the other day where Frank Warren came in and sat down with him like he was going to help coach him through the interview, like he didn't know what he was going to say. But, yeah, he needs to get this sorted out before the night of the fight, because if you go into, like I said, the biggest fight of your life and you don't know who your main trainer is, you're in trouble. And you don't need a bunch of talking in your corners. Like Mr. Bashir said, he didn't say anything when he was with Lennox Lewis unless Emmanuel told him to. And Lewis just gave an interview. He said Harold the Shadow Knight, who was his second trainer, he said he wouldn't speak unless Emmanuel told him to say something to him. So it's a order to things. But if you guys hear anything about Daniel Dubois and his training situation, let me know. It's the J. Roos Theory. Go check out the live stream I did with trainer extraordinaire, Mr. James Ali Bashir. Make sure to hit that thumbs up. If you wish to donate to the platform, it's all on the screen for the live stream. $ J Roos 33, LSR forever, and be fearless. Yay.